Look, I didn't want to be a half-blood. Being a half-blood is dangerous. It's scary. Most of the time, it gets you killed. If you think you might be one of us, my advice is turn away while you still can. Believe whatever lie your mom or dad told you about your birth. Try to live a normal life. Because once you know what you are, they'll sense it too. And they'll come for you. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Currently in production, the new Percy Jackson and the Olympians TV show looks like it might be one of the best shows to ever hit Disney+. I can't wait for 2024 when this show releases, but until then we have these clips and promo images to obsess over. And also these figures. The main thing you'll notice about this Percy figure is the Camp Half-Blood design on the t-shirt. It took me about 3 tries of an hour of painting each just to get that Pegasus right. The next most difficult part was the lettering. All of this detail is so tiny and requires so much precision to get a decent look. But I'm happy to say that this figure has hands down one of the best textures I have ever done. It's got texture on the denim, it's got the leather shin armor, and I also made sure to paint those iconic blue Vans with shoelace detail. And you can also see that the custom riptide that I painted has the gold rivets, the bronze finish, and the Poseidon logo. This might be my favorite figure that I've ever made, mainly because I grew up with this series, and I'm so glad that they're finally making this a TV show. The traitorous son of Hermes and demigod host of a Titan, now in LEGO minifigure form. I was thinking when I was making my original Percy Jackson figure, how will I make Luke? But I'm happy to say that after that teaser and the announcement that Charlie Bushnell will be playing Luke, it became pretty clear. This might not be the exact outfit that Luke wears in the show, but it is based on how the Lightning Thief describes his outfit. An orange tank top, cutoffs, and sandals. But I do think this outfit will look pretty similar if my theory on this being the Hermes cabin is correct. For the face, I used a base printed face from Firestar Toys and painted on the white scar and added markings around his eyes to make him look a little more like Bushnell does. I then added the detail of his beads on his necklace. I also made sure to give the texture to the denim cutoffs using different shades of blue to make it have the striped denim texture. And finally, I made sure to give him a pair of black sandals. Next up is Annabeth Chase, our wise girl, as she is portrayed by Leah Savage Jeffries. As you can see, she's got detail on her leather necklace, camp shirt, denim shorts, and even on her blue sneakers. I even made sure to give her her hunting knife and her Magic Yankees cap. For the cap, I started out with a base navy blue baseball cap, and then I painted on top of it the white detail. I really like the expression here because it looks a lot like one Annabeth might make whenever Percy does something stupid. And if I zoom in here, you can see that I even painted on the college ring that her father gives to her in the books. Finally, I made Clarisse in her Greek armor as she appears in the trailer. I made sure to add a little bit of silver detailing to her helmet to show battle damage, and I made sure to paint that little splash of red on her breastplate. Along with that, I painted her bracelets and all of the detail of the camo on her blue cargo pants. I also did a cool brush technique where I flicked some copper and silver paint onto her shield so it would look a little battle damaged too. And for extra hairpiece, I used the Mirabelle from Encanto hairpiece, the same one that most people use for their Jen Walters figure, and I think this looks a lot like Dior Goodjohn's hairstyle. Thank you all so much for watching until the end. The Percy Jackson books mean a lot to me, and while I did want to make a more book-accurate version of these characters, like giving Percy black hair and Luke and Annabeth blonde hair, I decided that since I had more reference for this, I'll make them based on the TV versions instead. Subscribe to catch up with my other Marvel and DC figures. With all that said, this has been the Minifig Maker, and always remember, good art takes time, so never stop creating.